What's up, guys? Persia Predictions. Today I'm going to be reviewing the matches in which happened in the Asian Champions League West side on Monday and Tuesday. So we're going to get into this now, and yeah, let's go. So the first game that happened was Partakor 2, Shabab Al 1 in Uzbekistan, and this was a very good result for Partakor. I never watched this game, but it's a really important result for Partakor. If they want to get to the next round, which I think they are favourites to do right now in Group B at second place, alongside Al Hilal, who will probably finish first. Um, Definitely finish first. Very good result. They looked okay in that game. Obviously deserved the victory. And Shabab Al Ahli, even though they're top of the UAE league, I keep saying this, the best league in Asia is the Saudi league. You can trust teams from the Saudi league, and then you get the other leagues like Qatar league is pretty poor. There's only two teams, the two big teams. Iran's obviously done very good to get four teams in this time around, which I didn't expect at all. Um, UAE have four teams, but I don't really think any of them four teams are really that good. The strongest out of them four teams are probably Al Wahda for me. I don't know why. There's just something about Al Wahda that I can just see them going the furthest out of any of the four UAE teams in the competition, even though they're probably not the best UAE team at all in there. And you'll go on to some of the results I'll review. You'll understand why, but really good result for Partakor, though. They haven't played in a while, I don't think. So, a really good result for them. And Shabab Al Ahli, not the end of the world, really. They'll still probably get more than 6 or 7 points. But we'll see whether they get to the second. I don't think they will anymore. The next game is Al Shota 1, Esteghlal 1. This was a. 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 In terms of if Esteghlal want to get to the next round, I don't really think this result does anything. I just don't really like. It's not a great result if the Esteghlal want to finish top. I think we will. The team I support. I think we will. But we had to win this game if we wanted to just be like, just to prove that we will finish top in this group. We still have a lot to prove, in this group obviously, and it's clear. Al Short are not a very good team. You see in that game, second half, they got the equaliser, early on, so it ended 1-1 by the way in Erbil. The away side Esteghlal took the lead through an own goal. It was a well worked goal, but it ended up being an own goal. But if it wasn't an own goal, it would have been tapped in at the far post. Anyway, it was good play, and then it was kind of a dead half though, to be honest with you. But Esteghlal did dominate and had like most of the chances. Um, Straight away in the second half, they get a penalty literally a minute and a half in, and they score 2-3 minutes in, and it's 1-1. And then from that 48th minute to the final whistle in the 93rd or something like that, Esteghlal just literally had a 45-50 minute period of domination in that second half after that goal went in. Domination. Obviously, Qaidi went off in the first half, just news in. He will be back in 3 days for the Al Ahly game. Very excited, obviously, for that. And, yeah, man, like, I don't know what to think. Just dominated the second half. Moteta Tabrizi had one or two golden opportunities. He missed them. It ends up being a 1-1 draw. It's a poor result for Esteghlal in a way, but it's not that bad. It's not a good result, but it's not a very bad result either, to be honest. It's poor, but it's not very bad. But the fitness levels at Esteghlal have been so hard, like so hard. New manager Farhad Majidi, legend at the club. Obviously, he's done a very good job so far. We should have won the derby. Definitely should have won the derby against Long. We should have won against Al Shota, and we didn't. So it's okay. I've seen enough from this team to, even so far, to suggest that we can beat good teams, and um, we have good players. We have some of the best up and coming players in the continent. And Sheikh Diabate, who was absent in this game from the start because he got injured against Nafta Master Suleiman. Obviously, you see what he's done in Asia so far. Scored against Al Kuwait in the first playoff round we played, and then final one against Al was it Al Rayyan, sorry, where we won 5-0. He got a goal, and I think he assisted the second one for Mehdi Ghaidi as well. So, I'm not too worried, to be honest with you. And Al Shorter, you could see, this is a really poor result for Al Shorter if they want to get to the next round. But they were time wasting. I'm not being controversial. They know it. Everyone knows it. Al Shorter were time wasting in that second half. I have no problem with that. But it just shows the ambitions. Al Shorter and this group are not here to get far in the competition. In this group, they're not here to really go through. They just want to, keep a good record. And a 1-1 result against one of Iran's greats, the greatest team in Iranian history, the greatest club in Iranian history, Istiklal. Not a bad result at all, is it? So they'll be happy with that, and they were happy with that. Fair play to them, they got the result they wanted. Istiklal, obviously my team, we need to keep going, we need to beat Al Ahly. A draw would be okay again, away from home. It counts as an away game, because we play our 3 away games first, as every Iranian team does. No problem, but yeah, we need to just be careful for that, and we need to win against Al Ahly. No draws. A draw wouldn't be too bad, but I want to win. Just get the win so we can just guarantee to go on and get first, right? That's it. So not a bad result for both teams, but not a great result. Al Hilal 2, Shahrodro 0. I put 1 there. Al Hilal 2, Shahrodro 0. A good result for Al Hilal. They will top this group. It won't be very hard at all. I can't see any team in this group apart from maybe Paktakor troubling them. Maybe Shabab Al Ahly, maybe if they're on a good day. Shahrodro, I know them. I'm Iranian. They're I watch the Iran League a lot. I've just been watching Tractor plays Saipa, and I always tune in with the Iran League, of course. And Paddy Day or Shahrodro, as they're now called, are a very good, in my opinion, defensive side, but just attacking wise, they have good forwards. They have good players, but they're just not. They don't have nearly as good players as Al Hilal first, because Al Hilal are the best players in the continent, and the whole attacking style of football isn't great. They don't score many goals at all. If they get through in this group, which I don't think they will, but they definitely can. If they do not, it'll be because of the lack of goals. But if they do get through, it'll be because of a good defence. That's it. Al Hilal, good result. They're the best team in Asia. They will go on to get. I just think the only time I can see them losing is either from the what's it called, the semi-final or the final. I can't. If we Esteghlal play Al Hilal, if we finish second and play Al Hilal in the round of 16, we'll lose. But if we play them in the semi-final, sorry, the battery. If we play them in the semi-final, we have a little chance. I don't know. That's just, I don't know why I think that, but I cannot see this Al Hilal team going out before the quarter-final. It won't happen. It literally will not happen. And I really don't want to play Al Hilal until the semi-final when we have to, if we do get that far, which I don't know, quite sure. Anyway, next game. What was the next game that happened? It was the other game in the group. Al Wahda won, Al Ahly won. Al Ahly took the lead early on in the second half, and Al Wahda equalised in the 90th minute, I believe, if I can remember correctly. This is a good result for both teams. In a way, I think Al Wahda will take that result. I think they wanted to win the game. Al Ahly have been poor recently. I saw their game against Al Ettifaq and they were 2-0 down. And they won 3-2. It was a great comeback, but defensively they're not great. They won't. I don't think Al Ahly will be too happy with that result. But if they want to get to the next round, I think it's a perfectly reasonable result, to be honest with you. That's it. That's all I can really say on that matter, to be honest. What else is there really to say about this game? They'll take it, man. They'll take it. I think these two teams and Esteghlal will actually come very close in terms of points by the end of 6 days. I do like Al Wahda. I think they've been good in Asia since the start of last year. Al Ahly, I don't like them. I think with the players they have, the Saudi side, with the players they have, they should be doing better, in my opinion. And obviously, I've talked about Esteghlal. That's my opinion on that. Then the games on Tuesday, the 4 games that happened on Tuesday. Chronological order, I can't be so sure. I can't be guaranteeing that, but just to remember the games that did happen. Al Ain 0, Sepahan 4. This game, yes, it ended 0-4. Brilliant result for Sepahan. If they can go away to Al Sadd and get a result, I think they'll finish ahead of Al Nassr. I don't know what it is with Al Nassr. They're a strong team and they have strong players, but when an Iran team or something plays Al Hilal, you know most time or not they're probably going to lose. With Al Nassr, I feel Iranian teams usually will win. And I don't want to use this too much as an example, but Zobahan last year, yeah, I don't care if Al Nassr played their second team. The players they had, even in that second team, are better than Zobahan's players. But Zobahan finished top of the group, and, you know, it wasn't too hard for them, really. They slipped up twice against Al Zarwa. Dad? Sorry, I just don't know if he's here. Against Al Zarwa. They could have finished with 16 points, really. Al Nassr, I don't really like them when it comes to Asia, to be honest with you. And I think Sepahan have a chance to get 3 or 4 points off Al Nassr, but they still have good players. You have to be careful. On this game, though, I don't know really what to think. Al Ain, I told you guys about UAE teams. They're dreadful. I'm telling you now that Al Ain are rubbish, rubbish. When it comes to Asia, I saw enough since probably 2018. Al Ain are rubbish. I think they lost. How much did they lose to Al Dahil in 2018? In the round of 16, was it? I think it was round of 16. I've witnessed Esteghlal, my team, get some bullshit results against Al Ain. 2017, they deservedly beat us 6-1, 6-2 on aggregate, I think, because we beat them 1-0 at home. But they beat us 6-1. Then 2018, we played them again. Went away there, drew 2-2. At home was a 1-1 draw. Then again, 2019, 1-1 draw at home, but beat them 2-1 away in a dead rubber game in which both teams were already knocked out. Now, Sepahan, again, now Al Ain facing another Iranian team, this time not Esteghlal or Zobahan, as they always seem to face as well, Zobahan. And Sepahan destroyed them in this game. It could have been more. I think Al Ain deserved a goal, because they did have 1 or 2 clear-cut chances, but Sepahan defensively just were brilliant yesterday, to be honest. Not yesterday. It's actually 3 days ago that game happened. Sepahan, brilliant result. If they can go away to Al Sadd, I think they'll go through. I think they'll go through, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. I think the key for they can lose. I think they have to beat Al Ain at home as well. They won away 4-0, but they still will find it hard to beat them at home. Trust me. It does. I use the example. Leicester went away to Southampton, won 9-0 at home, lost 2-1 to them. That's just how football works sometimes. So they need to beat Al Ain at home. I think they will just. They need to get 3 or 4 points off Al Nassr just to be sure. And if they can get a point or 2 off Al Sadd, maybe even 3 at home. I think that's the key. Do I think they'll go through? No, I think Al Nassr just will have too much. But I think it all depends on their next game. If they can go away to Al Sadd and get a result, I think they'll go through second place. But Al Sadd will finish top. Al Ain, they're out already, aren't they? They're finished already. It's over. If you lose 4-0 at home to Sepahan, who've been poor recently as well, with so many draws in the Iran League, and losing to Sanat and Naft, and their first game in the league, their first loss in the league, you can't have any chance against Al Nassr or Al Sadd. So it's over for them, in my opinion. Al Ain, Sepahan have a good chance, but I still think Al Nassr will finish second and Al Sadd will finish first. That's just my opinion, but I think it'll be close. I think Al Nassr and Sepahan, Al Nassr are a better team than Sepahan, not by so much, but they're a better team. But I think it'll be close. I think it'll be close between second and third of them two. So the next game was Persepolis Al Dahil 2, Persepolis 0. This is funny. Persepolis chatting all that about, oh, Esteghlal, you drew to Al Shota, he got rubbish. All this, you know how they are. They're just they speak too much. And then they go out and get thrashed by Al Duhail 2-0. It ended. They did dominate the second half. They had like all the ball, but they made one or two clear-cut chances, and that's it. Like, they deserved to get a goal. They could have had a penalty in the second half. It all happened in the second half, their attacking play. Were they the better team? I think it was quite a balanced game, to be honest. But I just think Al Duhail deserved the victory because when they needed to score the goals, they came at the traps at the start of the game, got the 2 goals, and then defended like brilliantly. Like they have been poor defensively recently. Al Duhail. I predicted this game to be a draw because I thought it would be 1-1 because Persepolis were on great form and well, Al Duhail would, in my opinion, not losing to Al Rayyan 1-0, losing 4-0 to Al Sadd. I didn't see a reason why they had to win this game, but they did. And yeah, Persepolis poor result, but they'll still go through. They're better than Sharjah, whatever. They're better than Al Tawun, even though Al Tawun got a good victory, which I'll talk about in a second. And I think they'll go through. It's hard to say whether they'll finish first or second anymore. If they win at home against Al Duhail, then I think they'll finish first because I expect Al Duhail to slip up. It's hard to really say, but I honestly do not care. I do not like Persepolis. If you know me, you know that. I'm not saying I want them to get knocked out, but I don't want them to go through. I just don't care. They're just there for me. They're rubbish in Asia anyway. Their Asian record is identical to Zobahan. In fact, Zobahan got to the final of the Asian Champions League. What was it? 8 years before them. Persepolis are rubbish. But anyway, that's my little biased chat shit about them. Again, I don't really care. They'll go through, though. Persepolis will definitely go through. Persepolis have the best chance of any Iranian team to go through, and they got the worst result out of all the Iranian teams joint, and the most embarrassing result. That's how it is. Anyway, the next 2 games do not involve Iranian teams. It was Sharjah 1, Sharjah 0, Al Tawun 1. A really important result for Al Tawun. I expected them to finish 3rd or 4th. These 2 teams will finish 3rd or 4th, in my opinion. It's a really good result for Al Tawun. A really good result. I don't know much about Sharjah. I know they're the UAE champion, but again, that competition is just shocking. Like, I'm telling you now, that league is rubbish. The league's not rubbish, but the quality in terms of just when they go into Asia, they're not good enough. Sorry, that's unpopular. I have this strong passion about it. Sharjah, I didn't see they get this game again. I didn't really keep in tune. I think Al Tawun scored a free kick. Well done to Al Tawun. Away victory. This probably means Sharjah are going to get knocked out. If Al Tawun lost, they probably would have been knocked out. If this game ended a draw, I just think Sharjah needed to win this game. They needed to win this game. They didn't. They lost. They're out, in my opinion. Al Tawun have a really good chance. I think they scored a free kick to get the winning goal. Nice free kick. I think it was a free kick. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I think it'll end with Al Tawun finishing 3rd behind Persepolis by just a few points, maybe. Or Al Duhail by just a few points. And Sharjah will finish 4th. Sorry. But the fact that Al Tawun deservedly get victory against Sharjah, who won the UAE League, and Al Tawun finished 4th or 3rd in the Saudi League and just won the domestic cup, it just shows UAE football's going on a bit of a downward kind of hill. But I have nothing really against them. It's just that's it. And the last game was probably the best game out of them all, really. I think Al Nassr 2, Al Sadd 2. Al Nassr took the lead through, I don't know his first name, it ends with a Z, I think. It has a Z in it, I think. Hamdallah. Hamdallah scored the opening goal for Al Nassr, and then straight away, I think it was Baghdad. I think Baghdad Buneja scored like 2-3 minutes later, 1-1, and then they scored again straight away in the second half. I think it was Akram Afif. I think it was offside, to be honest, or I remember watching that and thinking that shouldn't have stood, but it did, and it was 2-1. And then I think around 50th, 60th minute, another player for Al Nassr scored and made it 2-2 when they were losing 2-1. It was an amazing goal, probably the best goal of the match day. And it was an amazing goal, brilliant strike. I think it was with the left foot, and it was important this for Al Nassr. But I think Sepahan will look at this result and say this is a good result for us. If Sepahan go on a magic run in this group, they could finish top because of this result. But also this result could come back to bite them with Al Nassr getting like 1 point ahead of them by match day 6 and they get knocked out. So it's a good result for both teams. It's a good result for both teams. Al Nassr, you know, they're not as good as Al Sadd in my opinion. They got knocked out obviously by them in the quarterfinal in that brilliant tie in which they won 2-1 at home and lost 3-1 away. But yeah, listen, Al Sadd, they'll take it. It's an away result. Why wouldn't they take it? So, yeah, it was a really good game, and I think both teams will take that result. So, they're the 8 games in the West Side predicted. I kind of have an excuse as well not to do East Side games, which I just don't like doing because I don't know much about them. Because obviously the Corona, that's not funny. Obviously, I'm smiling. I'm smiling because I have this kind of excuse now not to do East Side games, which I just don't know much about. Obviously, because of the coronavirus, many games, including Chinese teams, have been cancelled and will be played in around the April/May kind of times. So that's that. That is the predictions, the review, and thank you for watching. And I'll see you later. Thank you.